Okay, we're gonna talk a little bit about second place. One of these days, I'm gonna get a shower, like take a shower and get dressed and stuff. But I don't know. The day's still young. Maybe, maybe. I had a roommate in college who was totally in love with my boyfriend. Well, I say boyfriend, but we were never officially together. I dated him because my therapist told me to date him. I had a therapist so that I could keep my lab. I barely dropped my fear of commitment on her, and she upped me to twice a week and told me to keep dating this guy. And I let the poor bastard on for a year, and good thing I didn't drop my mommy itchies on her, huh? So I was the first roommate she had whose boyfriend wasn't a dick to her. And this girl was really socially awkward, and the only date she'd ever had was this guy in high school who would literally like just jack off dogs. He thought that that was entertaining, and that's so many levels of wrong. And he didn't ask her to prom, he told her. And she would go along to get along, and it was prom. So she went. So she didn't have like a lot of guys interested in her like I did. And she'd always loved him. Okay, fast forward many years later. Oh, and then they both moved independently of each other to a different city, and they ended up getting married. So awesome. Even though he and I were still friends when they got married, and he was still in love with me, and she knew it, and everybody knew it, and she was okay for being second because he was the man of her dreams. He had goals, he had accomplishments. He's a really good guy. It was never there for me. He was a man of her dreams. She was okay with being second. Now, if Chris Hemsworth settled for me, you bet your ass I'd be okay with being second or third or fourth or whatever the hell. Yeah, that's right. The man of my dreams, Chris Hemsworth settling for me, I'm alright with that. And as far as real people go, I don't have a man of my dreams. But he was her Chris Hemsworth. So, yeah, she was okay with him settling, and they are perfect for each other. They really are. Fast forward many years later, and I've got this friend who's been in love with me for like 6 years, and I finally start to fall for him after I introduced him to this cute, skinny little 24-year-old lesbian who's starting to date men, and he doesn't have a chance with her, but she's leading him on, and so my weird brain needs competition, I guess. And then I start to fall for him. And he's like, "Wait, why don't you don't want to be with me because I love her more? You can't choose who you're attracted to." And I'm like, "You can't get her, so you'll settle for me? That's not the way it works. I don't want a relationship like that." And he's like, "That's not how it is." I'm like, "That's exactly how it is." But but I'm not going to ask him to choose. And I'm like, "You're going to have to choose between us now that there's romance on the table, and I'm not going to ask you to drop your only other friend." Because this guy didn't have any friends. So I'm like, "You got to drop me." And he wouldn't. And it finally, he finally did. And then recently I'm stupid, and I'm like, "Hey, if I'm ever not second choice, come say hi." And he's like, "You create your own storms. You cause a lot of tension." Yeah, his whole world hates me. His brother didn't have the ovaries to kick me out himself. He had their mother do it. But then their mother blamed him because he was autistic. So it's better that I'm out of their world entirely. But I'm like, you know what, dude? I'm not going to be second choice to someone who doesn't have goals, who doesn't have ambitions, who doesn't do anything with his life. That's not the way it works. He didn't understand that I wouldn't let him settle for me. When in reality, I was settling for him. So, being second choice, I'll be second if you're Chris Hemsworth.